Okay. I'm not sure how this is happening. I'm hoping. Delicate device. Sorry, guys. This is the first time I've done this using my phone, and it is not easy. Okay, so here's my plate. Let me go and just get the rest of my ingredients. 1 second. Okay, so I actually do this over on Facebook a lot, where I just put together the dogs' meals to give people an idea of what I feed my dogs and show people how easy it is. But I've actually never done this. Hey, Jasmine! I've actually never done this on YouTube. So here I am on YouTube. So I have 5 dogs, by the way. My name is Kimberly. I write the blog Keep the Tail Wagging. And so I have 5 dogs, and I feed them all a raw food diet. One of my dogs has protein intolerances, so I have to account for that when I'm feeding my dogs. I don't know if you just saw him, but one of the dogs is keeping me company while I make the food. I feel like he just needs to be sure and comfortable that I'm actually out here making food. And if you can't tell, I'm in my garage right now. I used to make it in the kitchen, and sometimes I still do, but since my fridge is out here and all my stuff is out here, it's just easier for me to mix the food out here. And also, when I'm out here, I don't have 5 dogs like waiting impatiently for me to give them their food. I just have 1. So let me get started. First things first, 20 minutes ago, I came out here and I put this food together. This is ground emu. I have a meat grinder, and I get the emu through a local raw food co-op. The reason why I say 20 minutes ago is because I have to add this supplement, BioCase Plus, to it. This is because Rodrigo has EPI. That's exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which basically means his pancreas is kaput, and his system does not naturally produce enzymes to digest food and absorb nutrients. So without this supplement, he would starve to death. So twice a day, he gets a certain amount of this into his food. It sits for 20 minutes and basically starts pre-digesting his food for him. And then when he eats it, that way his body can absorb the nutrients and he's good to go. So I have that ready for him. I have a scale that you guys can see right here. And then 5 dishes. I have eggs, I have duck feet, I have a couple of supplements, but I'm not really supplement heavy the way I used to be. Right now, for today, all I'm going to do is basically give everyone the basics of what they need, because I'm in the middle of a movie marathon. Well, actually, no. I decided to start watching, what's that show called? Homeland. And so I'm on season 2, and it's getting really good. So I want to feed them and get back to my show. So eggs. Now, I get eggs from a local farm, or I usually bring out an extra thing to put the eggshells in, but I'm just going to put them back in here. But anyway, but these came from Costco. So if they came from a local farm, I would actually just save the eggs and grind them up and add them to a later meal. Sometimes I leave the eggs whole and give them to Apollo, who's our puppy that's out here that you guys probably saw his nose a little bit ago. But store-bought eggs, I don't give my dogs the shells because I don't know what the eggs were rinsed with to keep them clean. When it comes to local farms, they just rinse the eggs off, so no biggie. See, that's Apollo. So eggs, let me see. Then I'm going to, and yes, I'm not worried about bacteria and stuff, so I'm touching raw food. But I'm going to put 2 duck feet in everyone's bowl. A lot of people will ask, well, how do you know it needs to be 2 and things like that? I actually feed my dogs on the fly like this. This is so much less stressful. I do not understand anyone choosing to make raw feeding super complicated when it really doesn't need to be. I mean, I'm sure that there are dogs that are a little more complicated. Rodrigo is my complicated dog, but even with him, I try to keep it as simple as possible. There we go. And so the other dogs, so Rodrigo's eating emu. The other dogs are eating a beef and duck blend. And I measure out every single meal. And the reason why is because there was a period of time when I had fat dogs because I was feeding them way too much. I used a raw food calculator and I misunderstood the percentages. And I thought that it was the percentage that you get, I thought it was per meal, not per day. And so I was overfeeding my dogs. And it was just, you know, I had fat dogs already coming from a kibble diet. And then, you know, I just basically kept them that way. So now I don't trust myself to just eyeball a meal. And plus, different proteins are different weights. So beef, for instance, is a little heavier than duck, in my experience. Rabbit can be a heavier protein as well. But oh shoot, I totally forgot Apollo. No wonder he's out here watching me. I'm new to having 5 dogs. I mean, granted, we've had Apollo for 6 months now, but it's still, and that is Apollo. The dogs are basically poking their head through the doggy door of the garage, and he's basically saying, no, this is my time, because he gets to lick this spoon when I'm finished, and so that's what he wants. So when it comes to supplements, let me see. I think I will do some supplements because you guys are here watching, and I will just show you things that I do add. I do add like joint supplements to my dog's diet. This is, you can't see it, there you go. This is a B vitamin supplement, so sometimes I alternate between heart or this. My dog's meals right now have plenty of vitamin B in it, so I'm not going to worry about that. Canine System Saver. This is a supplement that I give to Sydney. She had a partial cruciate tear years ago, and this helped her heal faster. And so I also add this to my dog's meals if I notice one of them limping. Scout is a very active dog, and this time of year with the ground being wet, it's been raining and raining and raining here. It's miserable. Scout tore a muscle back in November, December, I think. And so adding this to his meal helps his body recover a lot faster. Spirulina and chlorella. When I notice my dogs eating more grass than they usually do, I believe that they're trying to get the chlorophyll that's in the grass, and so that's a signal for me to add this to their meal. They're doing fine right now, so I'm not going to add this to their meal today, but I do add it, you know, a couple days a week. A couple other supplements that I add: glandular body support, and this is for females, and I have one also for males. The reason why I add this, and I don't add it every day, it's just something I alternate in, is because our dogs don't get a lot of gland meat in their diet. And by that, I mean, I don't even know what gland meat would be, to be perfectly honest. But I guess pancreas and I can't think of anything else. But basically, they don't get enough in their diet, and they need it to help them be a lot healthier. And one thing I've noticed is that by adding this to my dog's diet, this is the one for females, Sydney's mobility improved. I saw a huge difference with my dog. So again, I don't add it every day, but I do alternate it into their diet probably a couple days a week. Same thing with this one. This is a mushroom complex. As you can see, I just showed you 3 Dr. Mercola products. I pay for these. This is not an advertisement for them. The reason why I have these is because I trust Dr. Becker, and I actually spoke with her personally about the gland support products. There is a video on my YouTube channel with that. I spoke to her at Super Zoo about it. And also the mushroom complex, we talked about that in that video as well. And after I spoke with her, then I felt comfortable buying those products. The mushroom complex I add because I actually had a woman that I met whose dog died of cancer. And when she found out that I'm a dog lover, she told me, get a mushroom supplement and start adding it to your dog's diet now to ward off cancer down the road. And this is a person who did everything natural, everything organic, and her dog still got cancer. And she was so crazy passionate with this advice that at the moment I was like, okay, lady, I'm good. Thank you. But it stayed with me, and I ended up buying this mushroom complex. And I didn't want to just buy any mushroom supplement because, like with a lot of things out there, once it becomes popular, everyone comes up with a crap formula. And I didn't want to give my dog something that wasn't going to do them any good. So I went with Dr. Mercola because I know Karen Becker formulated that one. So to wrap up, my dogs still need omega-3 fatty acids. I love Answers Fermented Fish Stock. I actually have a video of me drinking this stuff. It's disgusting. And so I will put a little Answers Fermented Fish Stock on everyone's dish. Again, I don't really measure things out like the supplements. I just, just here, so you can see. Just pour a little bit on. That's it. So everyone will get that. I alternate this with sardines, raw sardines, and salmon oil from the Lifeline brand. And then finally, I'm going to add in Dr. Becker's Bites has solutions. And by the way, these are on sale this weekend. I'm not sure when the sale ends, so check drbeckerbites.com to find out. But they are having, I can't remember if it's a Valentine's Day sale or a President's Day sale. But I love their detox and their Petsveratrol. And basically the whole point of these is, of course, the detox, because our dogs are constantly exposed to toxins in the environment. I just sprinkle a little bit on, and it's yummy. They love it. And if you have a dog that's like a picky eater, this is something that you can add to their food to get them to eat it. And also, if you're not feeding raw, if you're feeding home cooked, if you're still feeding kibble and can, this is something that you can add to make the dish a little healthier. So that is that. I have a tray that I put all the dishes in so I can carry it all in my house, but I forgot to bring that out. I have to go get that. So if you guys have questions for me, feel free to ask, and I will come back and check out the questions. But right now, I need to go and feed my dogs. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic Saturday. I hope you're having a 3-day weekend like I am. It's awesome. Bye. I have no idea how to stop this live, so this is really awkward.